Welcome back, Vanfield family. Today I've got a spicy topic for you, something that I know will be argued and maybe even criticized, but if you look really closely, is hard to argue. Today, we're going to be looking at the Black Dragon himself, the one who wiped out Shrade Kingdom in one night. The monster reared its head, swiping an arc across the floor to ram my brothers, an arc that ended with the head right in front of me. A perfect opportunity, but instead, I froze. My body was paralyzed the instant I looked into its eyes. Or rather, it froze the moment I realized that this creature had no eyes. Its sockets held nothing I could call eyes. Instead, two rocks, orange gemstones, sat within them, attached seemingly to nothing. The sheer nonsense of this discovery chilled me to the bone. These sockets were filled with dead stone, and yet I could see it in them. Life. A life of pure, unadulterated malice. It peered into my soul, and within a few blinks of the eye communicated to me eons of hate and destruction. These inanimate gems burned with a passion that sought to make me as dead as their rocky selves. But there was something else. Looking at these eyes, I felt a sensation utterly alien to me. Fear doesn't quite fit, it was more akin to primeval dread. I instinctively knew what I was looking at. I was not looking at an animal, or even a monster. I was looking at my natural predator. I was looking at Fatalis. That quote is by the absolutely amazing, legendary, iconic Oceanus from his video The Nature of Monster Hunter World, The Forbidden Episode. If you're a Monster Hunter fan, or even just a fan of well-written fiction or ecology, seriously, go check him out. The link to his channel and to that video specifically are in the video description. Fatalis is the kind of monster that we all struggle with in the beginning. It's meant to be beyond apocalyptic, to be horrifying, a creature of abject power and malice and devastation. It's meant to be the end of the world, an entity of such destruction and violence that nothing survives in its wake. Just listen to this poem that exists in the Monster Hunter universe. When the world is full of wyverns, the legend is revived. Meat is eaten, bone is crunched, and blood is sucked up dry. He burns the earth and melts through iron. He boils the rivers and mows down trees. He awakens the winds and lights an inferno. He is called Fatalis, the wyvern of destiny. He is called Fatalis, the wyvern of destruction. Call for help, run for your lives, and don't forget to pray to the skies. He is called Fatalis, the wyvern of destiny. He is called Fatalis, the wyvern of destruction. Fatalis, Fatalis, heaven and earth are yours. Fatalis, Fatalis, heaven and earth are yours. Even in universe, people don't describe Fatalis biologically, but theologically. But what if Fatalis is not a creature? What if that journal entry by Oceanus is accurate in a quite literal sense, that Fatalis isn't an animal or a monster? Let's take a step back. Elder dragons are fantastical, yes, but they have biology. They have feeding behaviors, mating behaviors, they have blood and bones. All elder dragons share biological components, elder dragon bones and elder dragon blood. Dire Moralis is an exception, but it does have a unique magma blood and a beating heart. All elders have at least one of these. Teostra drops Elder Dragon blood and bones. Keating drops Elder Dragon blood and bones. But Fatalis? This creature doesn't live to eat, to drink, to reproduce. Its one and only purpose is to torment humanity. Me being human means I will never be free so long as this demon stands. Fatalis, unlike all other Elder Dragons, does not have these drops, these carves. It has no Elder Dragon bones or blood. This isn't just true in the latest iteration. No version of Fatalis, Black Fatalis, Crimson Fatalis, or White Fatalis, going back as far as Monster Hunter 1, has any biological components at all. That is too consistent to be an oversight. That is all variations of the species being deliberately depicted as non-biological. Yes, Fatalis has eyes. Yes, it has wings and horns and scales. But none of this is biological, it's morphological, physiological. We can clearly see that Fatalis interacts with the physical world, that's not in dispute here, but it lacks anything properly biological. Armor can have plates, scale mail has scales, statues have horns, airplanes have wings. A footprint in the sand doesn't mean it was left by a boot. With other elder dragons, we have not just biology, but even evidence of life cycle behavior. We see Ibushi and Narwa mate in Monster Hunter Rise. Ibushi transfers its life energy to Narwa, then dies, while Narwa immediately transforms into All-Mother Narwa, gravid with fertilized eggs. Teostra and Lunastra are confirmed to be a mated pair species with sexual dimorphism. Fatalis has none of that. It vanishes for extended periods, then reappears and just waits at Castle Shrade. No hunting, no mating, no predatory behavior, just waiting. So what is this theory? Why do I keep harping on about Fatalis lacking any biological components? What's the point here? My theory is that Fatalis isn't a living creature. It's not an organism. It is, instead, a manifestation of everything wrong with humanity. Hate, cruelty, violence, aggression, war, betrayal, destruction, callousness.
I am a monument to all your sins.
And as long as there is evil in the hearts of man, Fatalis, by definition, must exist. We cannot truly vanquish Fatalis until we vanquish all that is wrong with ourselves. Fatalis is something beyond us, beyond understanding. Elder dragons are all beyond physics and logic, but Fatalis is far beyond that. It is the apocalypse made manifest, hate made tangible, sadism made physical. It is cruelty given form. Fatalis is Fatalis. That's all it is. That's all it can be understood as. It is a mirror for the worst of humanity, a mirror that refuses to stay shattered, a mirror that will always reflect the horrors inside us. The Fatalises have appeared in Monster Hunter, Monster Hunter G, Freedom 2, Freedom 2, Freedom Unite, 4, 4U, GU, Frontier, Stories, Stories 2, Riders, and countless crossovers. Not once has any version of Fatalis dropped anything actually biological. Even the out-there non-canon games like Stories and Frontier don't have those drops, as though it's a hard and fast rule Fatalis can't have biology. So, I know many of you out there are still skeptical. Let's talk about an actual interview with Monster Hunter developers. In 2020, Kaname Fujioka, director since Monster Hunter 1, and Yu Yu Tokuda, game director since Monster Hunter G, discussed the Forbidden Monsters, the Fatalises, Alatreon, and Dire Morales, and they discussed the development of those monsters. I'll include a full link to that interview below because it's really long, but I'll pull 3 of the more relevant and on-the-nose quotes. Fatalis is a calamity that appears one day, destroys everything, and then vanishes without a trace. I believe that this is the essence of what Fatalis is. Usually, we absolutely do not attach moral qualities like good or evil to our monsters, but when it came to Fatalis, we were comfortable with outright saying, yeah, this guy is evil. Lao Shen Lung starts moving because it senses an ominous presence it wishes to escape from, and that presence is implied to have been Fatalis. These quotes speak more to an existential calamity, an embodiment of evil, something even things as massive as Lao Shen Lung can sense and flee from, an omen of pure, barely contained bloodlust and cruelty. Now, this raises a very interesting question when it comes to Zoshia, who many believe is a clone of Fatalis. If Fatalis has no biological material, how can you clone it? What is Zoshia then? Well, that's a theory for another time. But what are your thoughts? What do you think of this theory? Do you agree that Fatalis is not a biological organism but a metaphysical necessity of reality? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. This is a theory that I came up with that I absolutely love because it unequivocally puts Fatalis in territory of beyond comprehension, which I think fits. I'm not even really a fan of Fatalis, but this observation is just too good not to share. Just to clarify, this is just a theory. It's not me stating objective fact, but until Capcom confirms otherwise, it's headcanon for me. If you want to support me, the best way you can do that right now is a like, a comment, subscribing. If you want to watch more Monster Hunter videos, click here for my love letter to Monster Hunter Rise, or here for my nature documentary on the Rotten Vale and Valhazak. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.